Close it up and watch your display come back. You fixed it. Now don't make chicken fingers and fries. Go out and buy steak. Get takeout. Order pizza for your family. You just saved yourself $200. Celebrate your success. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. And I'm sorry, you gotta watch it backwards because I forgot to do the video. But hey, that's how you fix it. Okay, we're gonna talk about the disassembly, okay? Because figuring how to take this thing apart took me quite a long time. I probably spent an hour and a half trying to figure out how to disassemble it. And once I figured it out, it was really quick, okay? This top piece here, which I thought was screwed in from the bottom, actually is only clipped in. So what you do is you start with the back here. If you've got tools for pulling apart a cell phone or for car doors, or got a guitar pick, or even like a clip from a bread bag, that'll help. So what you do is you just kind of lever these back pieces up, and that lets you pop the top off, and then you just slowly work around the side until this top piece comes off. Once you get the top piece off, you're going to find 4 screws here. Okay, you got to take those out. They're Phillips screws. And then on the bottom case, hang on. And then on the bottom case, you're going to need to take this plate off. And the bottom case here is going to have screws here that you're going to need to take off. When you get those bottom screws out, then there's going to be a few screws here that you're going to need to take off as well. Okay, and that's going to release this whole basket from the outer plastic shell. They're all going to be Phillips screws, and most of them are going to be the same size. There's the ones that held this plate on were a different size, so I put them aside. And then the 4 that go into the top here, I think were actually even the same size as this, because I believe I did not, yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're all the same size. So it was really simple in that regard, okay? So once we got this apart, we got to this piece here, and then we took this piece out. Now these screws were a little bit different. I'm just gonna take this back out here. Okay, so this here is a spring-loaded switch that goes right here. And this is where the basket slides in and triggers. And there's a switch that goes back here, which I've removed. And that switch is normally open, which means normally power does not go through that switch, okay? It's connected with these 2 blue leads, and that switch broke. So I got a new one on Amazon. I'll put a link to the Amazon item in the description. No affiliate, so I'm not making any money off of it. Like my video if this is helpful, so more people get to see it in their algorithm. That'll give me a couple pennies more on this video. So just help me out by viewing it and commenting on it and liking it if this video helped you, so more people get a chance to fix their air fryer and keep it out of the landfill. Okay, looking at this housing, the closed part of the housing, not the open side of the housing, faces the front of your air fryer like so. And this piece here, because I'm left-handed, needs to trigger down when you push it in. So if you look at the shape of it, that angle needs to be pointed toward the front of your air fryer when this is assembled. So what happens is the switch gets pushed like this, and it closes the circuit, allowing electricity through, which tells the Cosori that your drawer is closed. Switch comes up, and it knows it's open, okay? So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put it in. So it's gonna be put together like this, okay? So let's turn it around. So now here we see it, so how it works. There. Here's our switch. Our switch will then be placed in. If you see, the switch has holes in it, and those holes are going to coincide with these 2 here. Okay, it is a tight fit. You got to work it in there, but when you got it in there, these clips will come back. And as you see, if you got that second lead on that switch, it's not going to work because of that clip. Okay, so now what's going to happen is this thing here is going to go in here like this. Come on. And what you'll see is as it pushes in, it triggers the switch. So the screws for this thing are a little bit different. So keep those separate, but there they are. Now, I did a video a long time ago on how to not break these little plastic, I don't even know what they call them, but they're like the little threaded tubes where your screws connect to, right? Like here. That's where your screw's gonna go into. I created a video a long time ago as to how to make sure you don't split them, because you do it wrong and these things will split and then you won't get this tight and you'll have an issue. I'm gonna put a card up into the top right here, if that's where they still go. It's because it's been so long since I've done videos. That'll explain how to make sure you never do that again. It's a short video, a couple minutes long. Just give it a watch, okay? So now you're gonna go and you're going to plug this in. So most likely you're gonna see that because your air fryer has been used for a few years, these wires are gonna have a bit of a memory. If you look at where they wanna go, you can kind of see where they wanna go. So you know which one goes where. But hey, you know what? It's a switch. It actually doesn't matter. So we're gonna go and we're gonna connect that one, and we're gonna connect that one, okay? Give them a little bit of a wiggle to make sure that they're not coming out, that they're tight. Perfect. Okay, so now we got that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the top of the basket back on. We know this is the front of our air fryer because that is where the hole is. All right, so we're gonna slide this over. Now you're gonna need 2 hands to do this. You're gonna slide this over, you're gonna need 2 hands to do this, to kind of wiggle this back into place. It'll take a little bit of wiggling, but you know you've got it in right when this edge on both sides is nicely seated up here, like this. And you're gonna see that here, see, look, it's kind of snapped into place. I'm pulling, but it's not coming away from here. So that's when you know you've kind of got it seated right. And you'll see that this edge is flush, okay? The top is seated correctly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with these 3 screws. Okay, these were 3 screws that were a little bit different than the other ones. So I'm gonna grab those. These are the 3 that I had in here. So my apologies. These 3 screws weren't for this piece. They were actually the ones I'd saved for along here. So now we know that switch is working. So the 4 screws in the top are not quite the same either. They're not the self-tapping ones. They got the rounded heads and they got a pointy bottom. Okay, so you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them that you're gonna put in. Now that we've got that back on, we're gonna put the control panel on. So you'll see that the control panel has a ribbon here. That ribbon goes there. You'll notice that the ribbon has notches and there are notches out there. Put that back into place here like this, and then just work it down gently. And if it's not all covered in grease, it may actually click into place. There it was. I had to push the tab down and it's clicked into place. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start at the front, just reversing what we did, down in the front. And now I'm just gonna slowly work around. There you go, done. We have 6 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the screws that hold the exterior case to the heating tray. Okay, so they're all connected. Okay, so now we're not gonna connect this now. These are gonna, because you're taking it apart, you're gonna realize they were fed through there. So they actually go through here and then out. So I'm gonna feed them through. This is what you're gonna have to undo. I'm gonna feed them through and then slide the base on top here. So taking this cover off does require a little bit of fiddling back and forth because you're gonna find that this clip is in the way of here and because of how it seats along this. So when you're putting it back together, you gotta kind of pay attention the same way. But now that we have it fed through, you can see the length of these cables. You know which one goes where. So let's reconnect them. Now you've come this far. Don't mess it up. Look at how thin the metal is here on this little bracket where this is screwing into. Don't over tighten it. You're going to potentially snap the element right off. You're going to put in, oh look, there's a screw that I'd never gotten out. So you're going to put in all these screws that are missing, go all the way around. So it's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think it was now. All right, so work your leads back in the way they were. You can see where the cable was tensioned from this piece here. So kind of put that back the way it was. Get these clips on. You'll see there's clips on here, right? So it's going to snap on. So when you're taking it out, you're going to need to pry it out because it's got clips on it. All right, we're back together. Close it up and watch your display come back. You fixed it. Now don't make chicken fingers and fries. Go out and buy steak. Get takeout. Order pizza for your family. You just saved yourself $200. Celebrate your success. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped.